Welcome, ladies, germs, the dead, the undead, the re-dead, and everything in between, to the next session of the Heck Riders. Does anyone want to give me a little recap of what happened last session? Nothing important happened, did
We
it?
met an extremely plump peacock. That is all I can remember. It may even have been the plumpest peacock.
It's a very plump peacock. We've left. We've left Baldur's Gate on the way to Candlekeep. And on the way, we were accosted by a lot of zombies, some familiar, some unfamiliar, and an old woman who murdered Delwyn, but he got better. Which is alarming.
The natural order does not usually allow for this kind of thing.
No. That's a big no-no.
I mean, yeah, other things happened as well, but I
what
think
about
that
the
was...
time monks and the much more
We met
exciting
a
thing?
fraudulent
Yeah.
monk.
Yes, we met a fraudulent monk who claimed he was a time monk with a duster and quite a grizzled appearance, but he turned out to be a fraud. Shame. Time magic's always very interesting.
Yeah, okay.
We also saw a cart full of completely innocent farmer and hay, which turned out to be hiding a bunch of devils, as we didn't learn in character, but it was funny out of character.
Yeah. Who were looking for the shield.
Yeah, kudos for reletting it.
Yeah, gotta make sure you re-led your shields.
Yeah, always.
Always.
It's good, just good practice. Speaking of, Dag did a load of roadside repair on lots of weapons. Good.
Preventative maintenance.
Yes, as opposed to percussive maintenance.
Well, I think that is the long and short of everything. And then we ended the session with you travelling along with in the party with the corpse of your friend in the wagon at the back.
Sleeping body.
Sorry, the sleeping body of your friend.
I want to point out nobody calls it a sleeping body. That's not a thing.
The napping corpse of our friend.
The friend who had been nailed to his perch. The friend who was just pining for the fjords.
This is an ex-druid.
All right, so everyone can have your point of session inspiration, and you just hear an "ow" from the cart at the back.
Ken alarmingly looks down because he's probably sitting with his skeletons. No.
What's happening?
I want to point out I haven't done anything to the body, but Delwyn appears to be alive.
I thought you cast a spell on him.
I did, to make sure he didn't come, to make sure that we could bring him back to life. Not that I would bring him back to life. I lack that ability in the normal sense.
Is it not possible that you cast the spell, really well?
Yeah, he could be really, really good.
Is
Morning,
Delwyn
fellas.
still wrapped up in the shroud? Because we would have properly rope around the sheet and everything. Yeah, I'll come and cut some of the
Darwin
ties
will
and open
fateful
up a bit.
face step out of the wrapping. And when he reappears, he's like this. Morning, everybody.
Dag just holds up the dagger and just points at him. What the fuck?
That is...
What's happening to the plant, out of curiosity? Because it was wilting quite heavily.
It's in the same condition.
Okay.
No, it is not possible for me to bring the dead back to life. Not like this, anyways.
Are we sure he was definitely dead?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd remember being dead. I don't remember being.
I am 100% sure he was dead. The spell I cast upon him does not work on the living. At least I don't think it does.
Rich, I'm just sending you a message, if that's all right.
Yeah, I love secret messages. Go for it.
I'm unsure myself. Delwyn, what is the relationship between you and this plant? What's the bond?
I mean, you want to hit? This is good stuff.
No.
Sen is looking through his book. He's reading.
It does wonders for your health. Great restorative properties.
He's got his bones out that detail his spells and how they work.
I'm very injured, so if you say it'll heal me, then
maybe some other time.
It does Delwyn look like he's injured or missing hit points?
I mean, he's on 1 HP.
Okay, fair.
Plant's not.
I mean, I look like I've been through a battle. I'll let Ryan describe any wound alterations, I guess.
Okay, the wounds that you had before are still there. They're not gushing freely or anything, but the wounds are still there and seem like they have been, regular sealed up. Not magically so, but
Look like he's had a little time to heal.
Yeah.
In the 10 minutes he's been wrapped in a shroud in the back of a bouncing
no,
cart.
it's an hour. It's been an hour.
Fair. All right. There's been some clotting.
Can I ask, does your plant have a name?
Plants don't have names.
Okay, well, you just seemed especially attached to your one.
I mean, I just love the effects. It's again, one day when you're in a good state of mind, we'll get you to have a little hit. It's
Is it a symbiotic bond? Does the plant get anything from you?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of.
Interesting.
That woman, the wood witch.
Yes.
You ever met her before? You know who she is?
Out of character, remind me how conscious I was when she sort of came up in my. I can't remember at what point I fell.
So you would have seen her before you fell.
Okay.
You would have seen her before you were reduced to 0 hit points.
Never met her before in my life. I mean,
Insight.
Sen is too busy panicking that he may have learned resurrection spells. He is reading his book.
That is somehow the purest, loveliest thing.
Not possible.
Sen is the goodest boy in this party, which is not something I thought I'd say about the necromancer.
She seemed to.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that's a very different message.
Yeah. Sorry, I was like, hang on a minute. There's a typo there.
Like, oh no, that's fine. They don't worry about it. Dag just subtly casts detect thoughts, not the I was just clearing it with Rich. He was okay with it. Not the probe version, just the surface thoughts version.
I mean, I will absolutely roll to save, but I have no problem with you casting.
Sure, it's there's no save if it's surface thoughts, but there is a save if it's probing.
Okay. What is he thinking?
It's like the surface, like emotions and the most obvious associations.
Emotions. He is actually relatively calm right now. He's.
Well, that's fucking suspicious.
This is Tuesday for me. Okay, good.
Yeah. When we ask about the hag, I think it was what Dad called the wood witch. What would have popped up then?
So unless Ryan is going to tell me some backstory that he has in his mind, Del generally does not know who she is.
Okay, that is interesting and good information.
Unless Ryan wants to tell me I've seen him around. No. Okay.
By the way, by passive perceptions, I think I remember, Delwyn maybe said Dag is like really aggressively staring in a way you haven't seen him do before. Like proper boring into Delwyn.
Are you feeling okay, Dag? I mean, I know it was a tough battle, but we're all up, we're all fit and healthy. Eventually, I'm sure a bit of healing will be all right.
I'm fine. He's just fiddling with one of the sheaths on his belt.
It's just supposed to.
You're supposed to be dead.
Yes, that's what the bone says.
I mean, we've all been dead from time to time.
No, we haven't. I saw the insides of your heart. You shouldn't see that. You stopped breathing. You had no pulse.
Are we sure he wasn't just in a coma?
Hmm. So Del
Ted goes back to the bones.
So Dagomir, Del does that when you say have no pulse. Del says nothing, but in his mind you can hear him go, "Huh, I have no pulse."
Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. Dag, yeah, one of his eyes just sort of like narrows as if he's having some real thoughts.
Well, she mentioned that something had been stolen.
Her son,
Her son. Have you
her
ever?
baby.
I mean, this plant.
No, she was talking about you, Delwyn.
I don't think so. No one has stolen me.
Where did you get the plant from?
My home village, way up north.
Was it given to you, or did you have to go on a rite of passage to retrieve it, or like do all of your people have?
No, I took it.
You took or you stole?
Took. You cannot steal from nature. I took.
He raises a fair point.
Good.
And with a 9 on a nature check, I am unable to disagree.
Dag feels a moment of sorrow when he mentions he took the plant.
That's very interesting. Okay.
Like the director's commentary version.
Yeah. it's like the script notes in the margin, I'm getting the emotion. Okay, give me one angry, give me one sad, give me one melancholy.
And one drawing of a cock and balls.
I see you too a bit of theatre kid.
No, the bones say you were definitely dead. The spell doesn't work on non-corpses. You were a corpse.
What did you see on the other side?
Nothing. What other side? I literally woke up an hour. I literally woke up just a minute ago. I assumed I fell, and slowly recovered.
Does surface thoughts seem to back that up?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Then I don't believe.
That's a minute. I imagine a minute's gone by, so detect thoughts will have faded now.
Cool.
So, what if you had cast the wrong spell? Because you've got skeleton friends.
That spell and this spell are very different. Oddly enough, they are from the same school. But no, if I cast the wrong spell, his skeleton would have erupted out of his flesh and joined the group.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it would have been rather violent. It makes it much more difficult to resurrect them when they
Don't have any skin.
Yeah, yes. From my understanding, my people have no ability to cast those magics. But from what I know, the body is important. And I would not make that mistake again.
Well, you've been saved from the clutches of death, Delwyn. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm trying to remain in Dag face, which is furious and full of rage and slightly unhinged. And Joe is just having so much fun with the juicy roleplay.
And Zados has entirely misread the room.
I'm sure with a good night's sleep, we will all tend to our wounds and recover, and life will be fine once more.
Aren't you a bit curious how you did definitely die, and then didn't die, or came back, or... I don't actually know. I'm very confused at this point. The natural order of things is kind of broken with you at this point.
Maybe the plant brought them back. Are your wounds covered in spores at all?
Given that I'm on 1 HP, yes. Maybe when I heal up, they won't be, but at the moment, yes.
See, I think there's a symbiotic relationship between you and the plant, and while the plant didn't entirely die, it has saved your life. You have to kill both.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's my theory, with a 9 on a nature check. based on no facts.
It is as good a theory as any at this point. I don't know. It's the issue here.
Well, I mean, if we
There's more to say, but we won't get anything by standing around in this fucking woodland getting ambushed again. We should move.
Yes.
if we can press on to Candle Keep, although I mean, did you say last session that the snow had all started to melt away?
Okay, so the snow the snow turned to rain, and it is now raining, and it's starting to get heavier as the day goes on. So you are probably wanting to find a campsite or a shelter quite soon. Yes.
Yes, because I would like to rest up.
But we can even say that you've been having this conversation whilst riding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you find let's say you find a place to make camp in the midst of this conversation, and you take a quick break to set things all up, and then you go straight back to this way.
It's fun.
I need to find a book on a lot of things. Yes. Maybe I can find a picture book of your plant. Not seen one like it before. Tell me some secret or mystery about it.
I've only seen it around my village. I've never seen it anywhere else.
Was there only one, or were there many?
There were many. This is but one. Which is
That's
why I
horrifying.
assumed this was the baby that that witch assumed that I had stolen
Could
mistakenly. So
Dag make an Arcana check to try and know something he thinks I know about hags? The pronouns there are confusing.
Make the Arcana check.
I will not be adding guidance to that. I don't know shit about hags. That's fine.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this?
Sorry,
To
who
asking
you asked?
Rhea.
Yeah, I'm asking Rare because like, can you sense if Delwyn has been touched by anything truly good or evil?
That's not in my particular wheelhouse at the moment, I'm afraid. I've heard that some Hell Riders at advanced levels can divine these kind of things. Pun not intended. But yeah, it's beyond me at the moment, I'm afraid. And
Have we?
honestly, he's up and he's walking, and he doesn't seem murdery, I guess. So, I mean, we set watches in pairs anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just have whoever he's paired with keep an eye on him.
Something that
Like I'm right here, guys. I'm not going to murder any of you. You are absolutely fine.
He is more talkative than most undead.
He's more talkative than normal.
Ah, no. Just your regular old Dell here.
Something that occurred to me in the week that I thought I should raise. You may want to hand wave this, Ryan. But at least 2 of our horses out of the 5 of us were definitely within the range of 2 fireballs.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, some of them were charged into battle.
Yeah, 2 of them were.
I
Yeah.
got off of mine.
I got off of mine. I believe Rhea's and Delwyn's were.
No, Rhea got off hers to scout ahead.
But I
Okay.
believe Delwyn definitely charged in, I think.
Yeah.
So only
So we
Delwyn's
may be
horse.
running short.
But you put me on the cart though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're sitting in the car.
As you say,
skeletons.
it may slow our progress a little.
Yeah.
Just we were working with less.
I'm
horsepower
going to
over.
hand wave that because you only lost 1 horse by the sounds of it.
We can still swap them out. Okay, let's go. About what time did the attack happen?
At some point during the day.
That's fair.
I wasn't paying super attention to the time, so I was saying it probably happened in the afternoon.
Okay.
So you didn't have too much further to go before it comes time to make camp for the evening. You find another usual rest stop, and set up a camp there. The There is a large outcropping of rock which forms a natural roof type thing, and it seems like there is a fire pit in the middle there that you can clear off and.
So it's one that someone's left behind. They've left the outcropping of the outline of the pit, and then
Yes, and actually there is a collection of wood kept somewhere where it was dry.
sure.
The polite thing to do is to once you've replenish once you've used up the wood, just so that it's dry for the next person that wants to use it.
Okay.
I don't know if this will even matter, but will we have had the chance to take a short rest on our way to the camp?
Yes, I'll say that you can hit your short rest buttons.
Ooh, lovely.
I don't know how, but Sen didn't take any damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was like beat up Delwyn day, to be fair.
That's true.
Like,
They did seem oddly focused on Delwyn for some reason.
they did.
Once they got direction.
Well,
you are under the outcrop, drying yourselves, warming and drying yourselves by the fire. Set up your tents, and who's going to take first watch?
I do not mind going first.
Sure.
Oh, goody.
You are
Very
the keeper
well.
of the dead, no?
Well, undead. And I prefer skeletons. Yes. I'm confused.
I mean, if you'd rather not, I can...
No, it's fine. You confuse me. You don't scare me. I am confused. That is all. It's fair. I imagine it's more confusing for you, as in you came back from the dead. Or not. But whatever. But here we are.
Who can tell whether I was dead or not? It's so hard to tell.
I can.
You're the expert, no?
I am. My thing. And you ruined my thing. Very well. It's not like anything bad's going to happen tonight.
Exactly.
Skeletons, just keep an eye on things, please. They just like to watch.
Clickety
I'll
clack.
take the first watch and keep an eye out for things. Sen's probably too distracted to actually do his proper job. And it's just everything's just like he's looking at his bones again. That doesn't make any sense. It's not supposed to do that.
Flustered Sen is one of the most adorable things I've seen this year.
I know magic.
Why magic do this? Okay, so the first watch passes without incident.
Sen,
Yes,
I have a question for you. A very important question.
I can. Yes, I can answer.
What did you do with the bodies?
I buried them. They seemed corrupted somehow. I did not want to attempt to bring them back.
So you did not take their bones.
No.
You did it respectfully.
Yes. I wasn't sure if I should bury or burn them. I don't know your customs. They seemed like your people, although the woman was very angry. I may have buried her aggressively.
I did not recognize her. I don't think she was one of our kin.
Uh,
I remember last session that you mentioned the zombies looked like Delwyn. Did the hag look like it was only the zombies that did that, Ryan?
Only the zombies.
Cool. Okay. Yep. Sorry.
yes, I buried what I assume were kin in the grounds around where they fell. I buried the woman very quickly. There were others, though. I wasn't sure if I should take them, but I did not.
Those bones do not concern me. The
They
ones
seem
that my kin do.
very well. They seemed wrong somehow. The ones of your kin seemed to be raised in a way that was sympathetic, I think, unusual.
There's
Especially for
nothing
one.
sympathetic about what happened to them.
Their bodies were well cared for. They were armored. They wore not rags. Not in the way that I would bring somebody back, but there was care taken at some level.
You talked to me some time ago now about respecting the bones, respecting the bodies, and respecting the wishes of those people. There is
Indeed.
nothing respectful about what happened to them, regardless of how their bodies appeared.
Your kind does not like their bits to be used after death.
No.
Very well. I shall remember that, if it ever comes up in future.
Well,
It may.
it's not like I'm going to die again, so
I am not sure you are alive now, so I do not know how to test this without injuring you. So, for now, we will leave as it is.
good. Thank you, though. It's good to know that you treated them well.
Well, I did cover them in acid, so well is relative.
Let that one off.
Thank you. I think our watch is done, finally. I am confused, but I will sleep.
Good night.
Good night.
So who was on second watch then?
Dos.
Not hearing you, Mike. No.
He's unplugged himself.
Brad, do you
Yeah.
still have that spare snowball, Mike?
Hello.
Yes,
People
I
hear me
think,
now?
yeah.
Yes.
again.
If he can hear you now. It might also solve Mike's quietness issue.
Might
Well,
do.
Slash, it's either quiet or heavy breathing into microphone. There's no in between with you.
I might do. I may have sold it. I'm not sure. I'll check around for it.
No worries. Anyways, sorry.
Anyway, yes.
You and me then, Zedos.
Yes. Are we sure that Delwyn was definitely dead?
Yes.
How can you be so sure?
He had 2 blades through his heart. No one survives that.
Yeah, that's a good indicator. Okay. I was
Weapons.
just worried he might be put into a deep sleep. Unless the plant has repaired him.
Yes. No one just comes back from the other side of the veil. There was artifice to this.
Maybe it's a balance thing. Like if we've stopped the great evils happening at Baldur's Gate, maybe some entity has taken pity upon us.
The gods don't meddle for creatures such as we, and you don't want other creatures to meddle.
Yeah, but I mean, if we've stopped or at least interfered with Zariel, surely there's plenty of gods that hate Zariel.
Yes, but they don't tend to interfere directly. If, a cleric had come up to us and said, your friend has fallen in battle, I've been sent by who the fuck ever, and done some spell, some ritual to resurrect them, yeah, I could understand, but coming back yourself from the other side is not right.
Dag has a big pile of the weapons he used, like his axes and scimitar, and he's sort of getting his sharpening cloth out. So if you want me to take yours as well, Zedos.
Yes.
Again,
Yeah. Is that
Cool.
Is that a little ritual of yours? Or do you just find it good?
It's good to be in practice. I did it in the inn as well. Done it ever since I joined up.
Joined up where? Sorry, what with us?
No. A mercenary company in
Oh.
Gormenthor.
Was that before you met your energetic friend?
A long time after.
yeah, Dag's just got a sharpening stone out. He's just running along the edge of a particular weapon at the moment.
And so, in all your time in battle, once someone has fallen, they've never gotten back up.
No.
What about the shield? Because you say they can't interfere directly, but I mean, Are we not carrying a?
I don't think that's a god.
No, but it's a powerful being, one way or another. Surely. I'm just trying to think.
If
I
it
don't
had the
know.
power to bring back the dead, it could have dealt with us and found someone more accommodating already.
Unless we're just pawns in a chess piece. Maybe it doesn't want us dead.
Dag sort of like goes to the holy symbol around his neck and sort of just fiddles with it a bit. So, we're all pieces on the chessboard, and puts it back inside his shirt.
Yeah, maybe something needs us alive for one reason or another.
Sorry,
I hope-
that person's the DM.
I hope not, for all our sakes. Who knows what kind of sick, twisted being would contrive the weave of fate to keep us alive? What horror could do?
I am wounded, sir.
So was Dalwyn. It didn't fucking stop him.
Dagomir, stop. I fear you should not speak ill of these all-powerful beings. As you be smited down. And me along with you.
Lest I be smoten.
Zados will move out of fireball range.
Oh, you sweet summer child. You're always in fireball range.
I mean, guys, you camped under a big outcropping of rock. It could
Yeah.
fall.
It could. And as we all know, if rocks fall, there is a severe chance of harm. Yeah.
If rocks fall, everyone gets back up again after an hour.
God.
Okay, so your watch passes without incident.
What's your passive, Mike? Perception.
13.
Okay, when Dag hands you your weapons back, they haven't been sharpened at all. No, they haven't been cleaned. They're still covered in blood, some of them. Yeah. Dag goes to bed.
Good night, Dag.
You're a chancy motherfucker, aren't you?
When you pass the weapons back, do I notice have any of the others been cleaned and sharpened?
Am I allowed to call for a perception check?
Yeah?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I'm happy to roll at disadvantage because I wouldn't be watching, I guess, until after I hand them back. I'm like,
Yeah.
if I've noticed this, I'm like,
Sure.
they-
Roll perception with disadvantage. I will not stop you from talking yourself down.
Well,
I mean, unless it's in social situations in real life, then.
I'm just thinking because it's very
Oh, that
Ouch.
first roll would have been nice.
That would have done it. Nah,
Yeah.
not particularly. You know, he was sharpening at least one through the time, but none of them that you can see seem to be.
cool. Yeah, no, that's fine. Because I'm assuming that because you said that you gave those back to me at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So presumably everything else is popped up. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, you just didn't get to yours. Okay, so final watch is between Rhea and Fisk.
2 NPCs.
2 NPCs. So I won't waste your time with. So that's a nice sword. Oh, thanks. I got an Elturel. Oh. Do you get out much? Oh yeah, no. Been about a bit. Yeah. How about you've been working for the for Candlekeep long? Oh, a bit. Oh, yeah.
I love how you specifically said you weren't going to do this, and I am entranced in this soap opera. Please continue.
Oh dear.
It is 4 hours or however many hours of small talk. And then that watch passes without incident. And yeah, you wake up, you break camp, you have breakfast, you break camp, and unless anyone tells me otherwise, you start setting off as a group.
Do we successfully take a long rest?
You successfully take a long rest.
I'm re-prepping some spells. I'll let you know which ones I changed.
Actually, that'll be so.
No spells I can see that I would take over what I have. So
At some point in the day, when
Yeah, when the Daggle just cast Detect Evil and Good surreptitiously.
And what does that detect specifically?
Detect Evil and Good, I can read it to you.
Please do.
For the duration of 10 minutes, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is a base or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
There is something pinging.
Yep.
It's pinging in Delwyn's chair. Or Delwyn's seat.
Yeah. Is it pinging as undead?
Remind me, read the entire list again, please.
Celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
Okay, it's pinging as both fey and undead.
Fucking knew it. But Dag doesn't. That's fair. Okay. Yeah. He's going to sort of quietly keep that to himself.
Most of Delwyn's wounds have healed over now. There are one or two that are spore orange, but they are
or sporange.
Sporange.
I like that.
And in general, where previously Delwyn's complexion was mostly white, where with a little bit of blue, the blue has picked up a little bit, and the orange has picked up a little bit. So his skin color is changing subtly. It's not like he's suddenly orange or suddenly blue, but it's subtly moving away from white.
Sure. He's like Portal themed. A little bit of orange, a little bit of blue. Okay.
How far away are we from Candlekeep at this
2
stage?
days.
Yeah. This is day 4 of 5, so you're expecting to get there tomorrow.
Okay. How did you sleep, Delwyn?
Didn't.
Uh,
Who needs sleep these days? Good to be.
the living?
Well, I never sleep. I trance.
Oh, of course. Well, did you have a good trance?
It was lovely.
Good.
Ready to start the day, get going, embrace life. Let's go.
Ain't no rest for the wicked.
Something like that.
Weave us a story picture, DM. What do we see? What do we see on the day?
Okay, so it is still raining. The weather is not great, and you find yourselves trudging along the road. It's quite lonely because, who's out in this kind of weather? And eventually, you come across a fallen tree in the road.
Look like
Does it
got
look-
knocked over by the storm?
It looks like it's been knocked over.
Knocked over as opposed to cut down.
The roots are torn, so some of them look like they've been just ripped away. Some of them still have clumps of earth stuck to them.
Are any other trees affected in a similar way? Is there windfall and branches under any other trees?
There is some foliage that has been dislodged. Nothing on the same level as an entire tree, though.
Could have been slightly weakened, but given that we were ambushed previously, can I look around for other potential?
Sure, roll perception.
I'm having similar feelings, if I may.
Well, Zedos sees nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking something about this seems like a trap.
13.
There is someone hidden just on the other side of a ridge running alongside the road. Just this side of the tree. Sorry. Oh, that was okay. Dagamir knows that there is someone hidden on your side of the tree behind a ridge. Delwyn, there is someone there. They are very lightly armed, not armored. They just you managed to catch a glimpse of someone ducking out of view, and you clearly caught a glimpse of shiny steel.
So sorry, I missed the.
Okay, so there is a road that you're travelling on.
Yep.
There is a fallen tree across the road.
Okay.
And there is a ridge running along one side, just a little bank, even not a ridge, a bank. And there is someone who is on the other side of that bank who you saw quickly duck out of the way, and you caught a glimpse of steel in that thing in the figure's hand.
You see that too?
Mm-hmm.
There's someone waiting there.
You want me to say hello? I'll say hello. And I will face step towards them.
Okay, you pop into existence, towering over a gentleman who looks a bit down on his luck. He's holding a dagger, just a plain, unornate dagger. Doesn't look particularly sharp, even. And he's wearing standard peasant clothes, and with all the rain, they're basically sticking to him. He's not wearing wet weather gear, and his boots are quite in quite a poor state of disrepair. And as you appear beside him, he goes, "Oh God, no! I'm sorry."
Hey, bud, what are you doing there?
Why is Delwyn friendlier now? This is cooking my noodle.
I'm hunting for earthworms.
Earthworms.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, and then he drags the knife through the mud. Yeah, earthworms. Just churning up the earth to get those earthworms. I love me some earthworms for lunch.
Eat one.
Okay, and he looks down and he's like, "Oh, what do you know? I can't see any." Oh shit! I mean, and he reached out to an earthworm. And I was like,
What's going on? Oh,
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Oh, delicious. And then I pat him on the back and say, "Come meet my friends." And I sort of maneuver him forward by pushing my hand on the back.
Hi everyone, I'm Trevor.
Got
This
any
is
other
Trevor.
friends?
He loves eating earthworms.
Does he?
It's so nutritious. Oh.
It's unusual.
You bring down that tree.
Accidentally. I was climbing it to try and get a good view of. Did you need to roll?
No, but I feel like
It's
at this
nice
point,
to sometimes.
it's nice to get the natural 20s.
Yeah. Get them out of your system. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't need to tell you. Yeah. I was trying to climb that tree to see a good earthworm spot because I gotta love me a good worming.
Not been gathering earthworms long, have you?
Can I look? This I had a weird day yesterday, and I know what you're about, and you know what I'm about, and we can do the whole song and dance, or we can just all go away from each other, and no one has to die.
I like that plan. Can I go now, please?
You have any friends waiting further down the road?
No.
You're telling me the truth, aren't you?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Wait, you were
Yes.
going to jump out of us, attempt to ambush us. I mean,
No. Not you guys.
not us. Who then?
The rain made it look like there were less of you.
What? Oh, it made us look like there was less of us.
So you were waiting for a single innocent to come along so you could rob them and stab them.
I mean, that seems rather
I
annoying.
was gonna try not to kill anyone. I really need to get. I needed.
Dad's gonna get off his horse and just stomp towards the guy and just get him here, just by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
Would you like a job?
Sure.
Okay. I need somebody to carry things for me.
I'll do that. Are you having to go? Are you going into Candlekeep by any chance?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to. I was just trying to get the entry fee anyway.
Dag sort of flicks a knife out from his sleeve and just holds it up to the guy's, just to the jugular, just there.
You sure about this, son? He doesn't seem particularly loyal.
He also seems very stupid and desperate. And I like stupid and desperate.
I am so stupid and desperate.
See?
entrance fee to Candlekeep?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't go in unless you got a book that they don't already have in their library.
That's problematic. How do we get in? I
Yeah,
look to our guide who's telling us to go to Candlekeep.
Fisk.
Yeah, Fisk.
Surely you knew this before you were coming. I'm hoping you have a fee on you.
I've got a book of Kalashite recipes.
We have a book.
We have other things as well.
Oh.
Very
Dag
well.
is still holding the guy like an inch off the ground. just pokey there.
Yes, I just need you to carry things for me. That's all.
I will carry anything you want.
Very well.
Please.
I will pay you a silver a day for that then.
You pay me too? Jeez. Thank you. Could you tell your friend to put me down now, please?
Maybe. He seems to enjoy it. I'll put him down. He dies, I can't
He sort
carry
of
him.
waits for a couple of seconds, and you can see his hand, the hand holding the knife, is just sort of shaking a bit, and then he just drops him in the mud.
Oh.
Oh
That's
God, I'm
okay.
bleeding.
Only a tiny amount.
Well, if you
Oh
want to
look,
speak
another
then-
earthworm.
Very carefully cleans the knife off and puts it back in the sheath.
This is some of the
Brilliant.
spare weapons that my guards use here. You hold these. You here.
Wait,
I give it.
wait, before you give him weapons, you knock this tree down. You can help us move it out the way.
Aye, that's true.
Sure. I mean, it was half out of the ground already anyway. I wouldn't have been able to do this on my own otherwise. Yeah, he does not look very well built.
Would you say he has the commoner stat block?
I would say he has the commonest stat block, possibly with a few minuses added in there.
Mm.
Check to get the log moved.
You don't. With enough of you at it, you don't have to make the check.
Ah, cool. Okay, fine. I'll hand him a ration because I feel pity for this idiot.
Thanks. He sniffs at it and then just puts it away.
Oh.
Oh no! He goes, "Oh yeah, I'll enjoy this. I'll enjoy this later. Thanks."
When I'm not feeling so violently sick from having eaten worms.
Can't hear you.
You're muted again, Mike.
How about that?
There you
There
go.
you go.
There you go.
But it only seems to do it with Zoom. What brings you to Candlekeep anyway? What business have you got there?
Oh, well, you see, there's this girl, and she's in Candlekeep, and I need to get in there and tell her how I feel about her.
Does she even know you exist?
She might.
Can I just confirm that this guy? So he looks like a peasant, presumably.
Yeah, he looks like some kind of peasant or scholarly type person.
Well,
Can I check for two things? Firstly, is he wearing a fedora? And secondly, does he have a neck beard?
is he miladying?
No, he's doing the fantasy version of that from The Witcher. Maid Bilberry.
I don't really want to aid in the harassment of a lady.
No. That is both sweet and creepy. It's in my wheelhouse, that.
Very much so. Okay, so yeah, he seems like some young spodly guy, who I'd say he's maybe 18, maybe no, maybe 7. He's 17, and there is and he looks kind of weedy, and like he's got. When he starts talking, when he mentions this girl that he's trying to get him to see, he gets that far off look in his eyes, like ah. He does not, however, have a neck beard or a fedora.
I assume.
At least not physically, but the neck beard in his heart.
It turns out the neckbeard was inside us all along.
Mike,
Woof.
again, can't hear you.
How about now?
Yep.
Yep.
Now.
Cool.
Mhm.
I assume, are we continuing onwards at this stage?
If assuming you guys have nothing else, then yes, you can continue onwards with Trevor, who will talk to you about this girl with very little prompting. How she, her eyes are the colour of the sea after a storm. Her hair is the colour of fire. Her beard is the silkiest thing out there.
Hold on.
Let's,
Hey,
roll back.
Her name is Benadora Stoneforge.
It's
And
quite
she is the
dwarfy. It's pretty
loveliest dwarf. She's a priest of Milil, the god of poetry and song, and she is the chanter of Candlekeep.
well,
I need to get back in there and hear her voice, hear her chanting once more.
be respectful and don't be a creep.
Back in there. So were you there originally?
Yes, but unfortunately, the entrance fee only gets you in for a week,
Oh, okay.
and then you need to submit a new fee before you can if you want to remain.
I see. Well, you were lucky today.
I was pretty lucky today, almost as lucky as when I first heard Benadora's voice. She was chanting the a chosen group of the Avowed at Candlekeep maintain a constant recitation of the prophecies of Alondo the
Dag
Seer.
just wheels around in his saddle and just looks at him dead in the eyes and says,
You're going to be quiet until we get to Candlekeep, aren't you?
"Can I roll intimidate?"
Roll intimidate.
19.
He shuts up and stops with the exposition.
It's funny. Like I'm aware that was a cost. Like, but if he wants to talk to other people, but yeah, reasons.
It's okay. You can tell us tonight. Nothing like a good campfire story.
Remember, hook for hand.
Well, okay, speaking of which, you get through the entire day with the weather still pretty damn horrible. And just at the point that you're thinking, now, these rest points, these obvious rest points have been pretty well spaced, and they've been pretty well used, so you're looking out for something similar. And in the distance, you spy a building. Just it looks like it's quite large, quite wide, quite flat. And as you approach, you can see 4 figures moving around it. You can see one of them is actually up on a ladder, and you can hear sounds of hammering. And there is another one stood beneath the ladder, steadying it. As you approach, you hear one of them go, "Oh, sir, there are some people on the road." And the dwarf who is up the ladder responds, "Well, then go and greet them, ensign." And then he gets back to hammering on the roof of this building. So stepping out from under this ladder, you see someone wearing a sailor's uniform walk up to greet you. As he's walking up, you see a little black cat dash out from a bushes and into the building, where you can see a caster of some kind poke his head out, beckon the cat in, and then disappear back in. And then this young gentleman walks up. You can see he is clean shaven with red hair, and he's got freckles, and he is reasonably well built. Seems like a decent average sailor type build. Oh, hail and well met, travellers.
Well met.
We are currently just electing to do some repairs to this structure, but it's quite wet out and it is starting to get late. Would you like to join us in this rest stop for the evening?
Sure. That
Who are you?
sounds lovely.
Ensign Shirt, sir. My friends call me Ricky.
Ricky.
Shirt red.
I see you, Ryan speak. I see what you're up to.
You hear the dwarf shout, "Red! Get me the tools!
Yeah.
I need a smaller hammer!" Oh, pardon me, sirs. And then Ensign Ricky Red Shirt will dart back to the toolbox and will start rummaging through and will start lifting a hammer out of it, and then you hear a crunching sound and a tinkling sound. Oh no, sir, I'm afraid I've broken that mirror that you use for looking at things in tight spaces. Blasted boy! Here's your hammer, sir.
These people are fucking weird.
Yes, they are.
What's wrong with the structure there?
Oh, it seems like the roof is just one of the panels seems like it's come a bit loose,
Okay.
and so they're just reseating it and sealing it to stop it leaking inside.
What kind of structure is it?
It looks like it's purpose built to be a kind of like a rest stop shelter.
It's a motorway services. It's fancy motorway services.
Fancy
Sure.
motorway services, yes. It's not manned or anything, but if you go inside, you can see there is a fire pit with a kind of like a flume built above it in the center of the room, and there is space off to the side for there's wood storage. There is a place to actually store food. Probably best not to put too many perishable things there, but things that keep, there for people that need them. And when you pop your head in, you see two more of people in sailors' uniforms. One of whom appears to be, one of whom is stroking a black cat, and you can see he's got a magical symbol around his neck, and he is stood in front of someone who is sat down and is apparently finishing off a report. Thank you, Mr. Spot. Please have a seat.
Mr. Spot.
Gentlemen, and Madame, please feel free to make yourselves at home. We obviously have no call, no what's the land term? Dibs over this. My name is Captain Kelp. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yes. And a pleasure to make yours.
That was a glorious facepalm, Mike.
What? It's just your average standard ships away team.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, what was the holy symbol?
The holy symbol is of a cloud with some lightning bolts dangling from it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
If
If I,
Yep.
Does it look? Hold on. Does it look sort of like that, perchance?
I don't know where you've posted that.
He's actually just drawn it.
Drawn it on Heck Credits.
Oh,
on the
okay.
splash page.
Not quite. No, it's not quite that on the nose. It's actually a holy symbol. Anyone can roll a religion check if you want.
Yeah, go on then. I'm gonna say it's the god of storms, but I don't know what that would be.
What? 14.
Okay.
22.
Sen. Yes, you know exactly who this is.
That's it. Is it Valkyr?
Yeah. With the most holy symbol being the line.
Yeah. Yes,
But also, yeah, no, that was meant to be an arcane focus, not a religious focus. Okay, he's got a magic. He's got a magical. He's got a bracelet on.
Stuff can be two things.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, stuff can be two things. So yeah, it is. It's a religious pendant, which also happens to be a magical focus.
What are the sleeping arrangements like? Like, how many people does this place sort of serve?
Oh, this place could comfortably serve 15 people.
And how many of them are there?
4.
4. Okay.
Yep, you have the captain. You have the ship's magical researcher, who is a storm sorcerer.
Yep.
And you have the shipwright, who is the dwarf outside.
Okay.
Yes, he is Seaman Monty.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Should we try and set up like on the opposite side of the structure just to give us some space?
Yeah. Rhea will happily lay that out. They have some rations that they offer to share with you. And,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do they look normal?
They look normal. So the captain is a human. The shipwright is a dwarf. The magical researcher is an elf, and the ensign is another human.
I thought it was going to be a halfling for the lucky trait.
No.
Unfortunately not.
Out of curiosity, things that are considered bad luck in like the real world for non-fantasy players, do they transfer across into the Forgotten Realms?
I don't see why not.
Cool.
It's probably even more likely to actually be true. Like, yeah.
Ladder breaking the mirror, the black cat, all the signs as bad luck.
Definitely.
In that case, you're really not going to like what happens next. Ensign Ricky gets out a pendant and pops it open and shows, he's just showing it.
No.
When any one of you expresses interest, he just pops it open and goes, "Yeah, this is my childhood sweetheart."
Is it the bloke that Trevor's in? Is it the dwarf that Trevor's into? Please.
No, it's not the dwarf that Trevor's
That's
into.
hilarious.
Trevor is just being
Fight.
very quiet and at the back.
Good.
But no,
Good, say
Ensign Ricky just says, "Yeah, this is my beau, my childhood sweetheart." As soon as this mission is over, I've earned enough. I'm going to resign my commission, and we're going to get married. This is my final mission before my early retirement.
What is your mission? You seem to be on land rather than on sea, where I expect a crew such as yourselves.
Yes, well, we are searching for a magical storm sphere, which will enable us to protect our ship for extended journeys.
Captain, does it require? Are you a 4-man crew?
No, we have a ship moored off the coast. This is merely the away team.
Yes, but I mean, hypothetically, if you were to lose a member of the away team, would you need another replacement?
Well, I don't see why that is going to be of any concern, because we won't lose anyone, will we, Ensign Ricky?
You see, that makes it sound like he's plotting a murder.
No, he's not. That's just my Captain Kirk impression. Sorry, Captain Kelp.
Captain Kelp.
Yeah.
Trevor, what's your opinion on sea voyages?
Not a fan, sir.
Oh, that's a shame. I sense there's an opening coming up.
That's a bit of gallows humor. Or is it pre-gallows humor? I'm not sure anymore.
Long walk to the noose humor.
Yes. There we are.
That is oddly odd, but thank you for your commentary.
Before I go to sleep, Ensign Ricky, can I say I hope that you share qualities with my friend Delwyn here?
Gee, thanks, sir. That's kind of you to say.
It's been a week of miracles. I hope that you're
Or something.
similar luck.
Yeah, shall we?
Thank you kindly.
Shall we take the watches then?
Yes.
I don't.
Okay, the ship's crew will also be doing their own watches.
Right.
The away team will
that's-
also be doing their own watches,
very
but
fair.
it'll be they're going to stagger it. So there's 2 of them up at any one point, but they're all going to try and get themselves their long rest.
I time it so that I'm on the same shift watch as Ensign Ricky.
Sure.
Someone needs to witness him.
At the very least.
Sure,
Can't be saved.
He's going to have the middle watch.
It's Ryan we're talking about. We're going to wake up in the morning and the other 3 are going to be dead.
You're like, oh.
And then to Rick just be sat there going,
Rocking
I
backwards and
lived!
forwards.
That's a burst of
Fuck you,
expectations there.
Just
Sen will take his first watch because he's used to it now, so he'll keep doing that.
Okay, who pairs with Sen for the first watch? It was Delwyn last night. Is it Delwyn again, or
Sure.
you can happily volunteer? I'm going to say that you can volunteer your 2 NPC companions for it, if you wish.
I don't completely trust Trevor, but
Oh no,
So-
Trevor. Rhea
Is
has
it-
decided that Trevor doesn't get to be on watch.
We just
he
picked up,
doesn't
we're
get
just
to.
picking up
Trevor's-
strays, aren't we?
Trevor's like, I'm okay with this.
Okay. I mean, he doesn't seem disturbed at the lack of trust,
Yeah, that's fair.
but he's just glad that you haven't tried to make
so-
him eat any more earthworms.
So send Delwyn and from the crew.
Let's go with the shipwright, Seaman Monty,
Seaman Monty. Right. Fair
which
enough.
is his surname.
Right. And what is his first name?
Scott.
Of course it is.
Yes, Captain James Flyberius Kelp.
Yes. Yes.
I assume the first watch goes really well, given that the engineer's giving it all he's got.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. First watch goes absolutely fine with the engineer, taking the first watch, and then he's joined by the magic officer.
He's feeding the little cat tuna, and it's just eating loads and loads of tuna, and then the cat just gets disinterested, walks off. She cannot eat anymore, Captain.
Jesus.
You began this. You chose this, right?
Sen will order one of the skeletons. He will say, "Watch that one." He points to Trevor. He tries to do anything violent towards one of us. Stop him gently. We understand. Remember, we had a talk about gentle. Remember? Yes.
Gack!
Not with the knives, with the hands.
Click clack.
Good.
Click clack.
You have to prove yourself before you get pet store privileges back.
Oh no! Yeah, you guys can never go visit the
Just
Pompous
look at the
Peacock
rabbits,
again.
Lenny.
Oh, like that was something I had to teach Lincoln as well. Gentle was very hard for Lincoln to learn. Just full strength all the time.
Shit! Let me write that down. I need to make some notes. Let me add it to the notebook.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so first watch passes that incident. At one point, there is a bit of an overlap where the science officer the magic officer joins in. The elf, Mr. Spot.
Yep, Mr. Spot.
That's
Yep.
the cast.
He's a very taciturn gentleman. Taciturn. He appears to be very reserved and doesn't show much in the way of outward emotions.
Does he now?
Second watch begins. That is handed over to, same as last night, Zados and Dagomir.
Yeah. If Zedos wants to be, yeah, that could be up for it.
Sure. Okay. Second watch passes that incident, unless you make one.
No, Dag is just going to be sharpening the knife.
Okay. At one point, Mr. Spot is relieved by Ensign Ricky.
Can I just yeah? Are you actually sharpening your weapons?
I am
I'm not-
sharpening a gold wavy bladed knife about yay long.
Does it look ceremonial in nature?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's made entirely of gold with the handle engraved in the shape of a coiling serpent. That sounds pretty ornamental to me. He doesn't sort of attempt to make conversation, he's just running the whetstone along it.
Dagger you've had for a while, or is it?
You
Out
were
of
trancing.
out of character. Sorry.
Out of character, you haven't seen him with it before about a week ago.
Okay.
Like, you're not sure when he picked it up because, we were all apart in the last few days in Baldur's Gate, but yeah. You haven't seen him fight anyone with it.
Is everything okay, Decamere?
Why?
Well,
What's
you
wrong?
seem very focused.
Just want to get a candle keep, sort out this mess.
Yeah. The presence of Delwyn seems to have really shaken you, that's all. I just want to check that you're okay.
Fine.
Ensign Ricky is eyeing you nervously.
I'm eyeing him like a predator. like a monitor lizard looking at a mouse is how I'm looking at Ensign Ricky.
So Ensign Ricky.
He's like where Zados is sitting in front of Dag, and they're having a conversation, and Ensign Ricky is off to the side. He is just like talking to Zados, but he's like death staring the guy in the eyes.
So
Ensign Ricky is within talking distance. So.
I know.
yeah, Ensign Ricky, if I had to create a list of your top phrases of all time, would it be a safe bet if I were to put "it's a bit too quiet"? If I were to put that at the top of the list, would that be one of them?
Yeah. I mean, if it is a bit too quiet, then I'm likely the one to point it out. I'm very observant that way.
Yes, I thought you might be. How many missions have you been on?
Ooh, I've been on a fair few. I mean, despite how young I am, I joined up early, in order to try and make enough to be able to retire to owning a countryside inn with my sweetheart. And as I said, this is my last mission before that early retirement, when I get to retire to the country. To say inn, I can't decide between getting an inn and getting a small farm in the country.
Ah.
I mean, maybe both. Why not both? I can get a small farm and then work up to having an inn on the edge of the property as well. I could get a best of both worlds.
You could, and I think at a time like this, it's important to dream and to have hopes.
Thank you. I'm a big dreamer. Anyone who knows me says that I'm a massive dreamer.
Cool. I will watch the area around Ensign Ricky, possibly directly above him in case there are any chandeliers or lights.
Yes, just check to make sure there are no scorpions or snakes making their way in his general direction.
Yes.
Okay, the watch passes of that incident. Eventually, Ensign Ricky goes and wakes the captain, and then he goes, "All right, I'm just popping off to the loo," and then he disappears out the door to relieve himself on one of the trees out the back that's been designated the toilet tree or whatever.
The toilet tree. Sorry, that was a good one. It's full of little soaps and hand gels.
Sure. They just grow naturally around here.
Yeah.
A wizard did it. Fuck me. That's actually a thing now. The toilet tree has little soaps and hand. Yeah, the sap is basically hand gel. And
Moisturizing.
a wizard did it.
Yeah.
Before I drift off to sleep, do I hear a blood-curdling scream?
No.
Okay.
No.
No, he doesn't get to scream.
I've never been more suspicious in my life, but
Ensign Ricky comes back in,
Or someone looking like Ensign Ricky, yeah, sure.
Well, actually, no, sorry. Because there's 4 of them, but there are 3 watches for you. Your watch would end before he has his watch concluded.
And yeah.
So, so during Fisk and Reyes' watch, the captain takes over from Ensign Ricky. Ensign Ricky goes out for a slash.
And he slashed himself.
And unless anyone tells me otherwise, you don't know what happens to him out there. But he comes back in dripping wet. It's still raining, and then beds down to sleep.
Catches hypothermia. Dies.
No. It's always random gunfire.
God damn it, Sam, for inventing the gun. You had to know this would happen.
Eventually, morning rolls around, and Ensign Ricky did not die in his sleep.
I
He
feel
also
like we as a
wasn't
team have
awake.
achieved something.
Ensign Ricky is still alive.
Positive.
For now. I mean, this isn't the end of the away mission.
Or even the beginning.
Okay, so, yes, you wake up, you have breakfast with the crew of... God, I don't think I actually named the ship.
USS Industry.
USS First Prize.
There you go.
Not enter and win a prize.
The WS Industry will do.
Excellent.
Sailing out of Waterdeep.
Right. Fisk, what time are we expecting to get there today?
Probably in time for lunch.
Right. Let's go.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It was an interesting evening. Thank you for sharing your meals with us.
Any time I would do anything for a radiant woman. And you see Rhea roll her eyes. You get the feeling that over the course of her watch, there was some heavy one-sided flirting going on.
We knew there was a neckbeard, we just never expected where.
Yeah.
All along.
Yes. Well, I hope you live a long time, and that's it. Goodbye.
The traditional goodbye of the elves where I come from is live long and prosper. And you head off, leaving the away team to their own devices.
Now I know why Dad has been giggling for 2 days.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of Star Trek recently. What can I say?
Clearly, yeah.
Although the next generation, not the original series.
It's not like they changed the formula all that much.
No, I mean,
let's
okay,
be
the red
honest.
shirts no longer wear red shirts. Oh, I forgot to say that Ensign Ricky had a when he undid his sailor's uniform, had a red vest underneath.
Of course he did, yeah. Yeah.
But yes, you head off without incident, without any of them dying when you last saw them. That'll happen off screen.
Okay.
So, over the past 4 days, the weather on the coastway has gradually worsened. Dark clouds release heavy rain until the road runs thick with mud, yet you trudge on, passing by friendly merchant caravans heading north occasionally. On the morning of the 5th day, the rain subsides, but the dark clouds remain. Ahead you see a path branch from the wider road heading to the sea. A raven perches solemnly on a leaning post, bearing 2 signs that point like arms towards the west. One says, "The Way of the Lion." The other says, "Candlekeep."
Do we know what the Way of the Lion is historically?
Roll history. Zados. Maybe there's a lion that you have to defeat in order to get past.
It's very mystical to see Theros.
But if it's to a library, maybe you have to beat it in a game of wits. Dagomir, Where the Lion sounds cool. Sen, it's the name of the road. Delwyn, it's the name of the road.
Fair enough. Well, let's carry on then.
Keep.
So yes, you are heading to a Candle Keep.
Yeah.
So that was the morning. You do have to break for lunch before you can get there. Unfortunately, the mud has slowed your progress a little bit. But yeah, you arrive at Candlekeep by mid-afternoon.
Greedy.
The afternoon sun shines through the clouds to illuminate the grey walls and pale spires of a time-worn fortress that stands majestically atop a rocky promontory overlooking the sea. The trail leads straight to it.
What are those creatures in the air?
Griffins.
For protection?
You see the griffins. They fly towards Candlekeep, but then they set down at the edge, and then have to go in through the main gate.
Neat.
Is that a boat?
Ooh, new map.
Yay!
Yay, indeed.
Ooh.
So, as you approach you approach Candlekeep, and you arrive at the gatehouse. At said gatehouse, you are greeted by 3 monks in purple robes: a human, a shield dwarf, and a sun elf. Around their necks hang holy symbols of Denair, god of writing, whose symbol is a lit candle above an open eye. "Welcome to Candlekeep," says the elf in common. "A gift is required from those seeking admittance. You must donate a book or scroll that isn't already in the library's archives. Please present your gift for inspection."
Is it one each or one between us?
Can count up your group. And how many people are there?
7.
7, and then
Skeletons.
10. 10 if you include the skeletons.
Okay, we are including the skeletons
Because they don't look like skeletons.
Because they don't look like skeletons. They look like people.
Yeah.
In armor.
Yes.
With this number of people, we will require 2 objects in order to permit entry.
Okay.
We look to our
How many
man.
people for one?
9.
I look at one of the skeletons and go,
You look at Trevor, and he's just like,
calm down. I look at one of the skeletons. Can you go wait over there?
We do have another book.
I'll hold up the Apocalypto that we found in the Mabbe guy's chest. Fucking Van Thamper.
I believe that was actually in Amric's chest.
Was it an Amrex back one? Yeah, we do have another book if we want to get everyone in.
Very well.
What counts as a book? You don't, like, if I was to publish some of my own fiction, would you accept that? Like second editions, are they separate?
The gift has to be rare, noteworthy, important, or something that we do not have. If you are able to publish your own book, then yes, we may consider that. However, it would have to be something... He says something worth a damn without actually using the phrase worth a damn.
He says something, the polite version of that, yeah.
Yes. So, yeah,
I don't want to leave anyone outside, so...
Fisk brings out the Book of Kalashite recipes. Apocalypto is also specifically mentioned as being acceptable in the text here. It also says a spell book.
Which Sen has 4 of.
Yes.
Well, 3 of. You burned one.
Yes, yeah, you burned one.
Yeah. You had 3.
And it's up to me if you offer up something else, whether or not the monk. I decide whether or not the monks accept it. However, with Apocalypto and the Book of Recipes, you are allowed. They take, assuming you hand both those over, then the priests inspect them for 10 minutes, whilst you are furnished with teas and coffees whilst you wait. And then eventually the elf comes back up and says, these donations, these gifts are very greatly received. Thank you. Please enjoy the next week in Candlekeep.
Is that a week or a 10-day we get? Just out of curiosity.
A week is a 10-day.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not quite. According to the proper Forgotten Realms rules, a week is still 7 days. A 10-day is something completely different.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
We get 2 weeks as we hand.
I'm gonna sort this calendar shit out.
When I become overlord of the world.
No, you
That's
get
the first thing Sen does, and then quits. She's like, I'm done.
Now, that was a politician I would vote for.
Oh, dear. Thank you. Where are your books on necromancy? Or you're not the library. I'll ask
No.
in the great library. That
yes.
sounds like doing things.
Please avail yourselves of the House of Rest if you require somewhere to stay, and the hearth for meals and drinks. It's a bit on your left as you go in.
Thank you.
So yes, you go in and you can see on your immediate left is the smithy and stables, where you're able to park your horses and carts and various things.
Given that they might cause trouble, and there are a lot of priests and temples and all kinds of shit here, I tell the skeletons, stay with the cart. Don't bother anyone. Just, oh god, look natural. Not for skeletons, for humans, right? We've had this.
One of them just leans against a post, crosses his arms, and brings one leg up to rest on the post behind him, and just cocks his head.
You get a gold star. Well done. But don't stay that way the whole time, or we freak people out. Okay. Yeah. So I just tell the skeletons to stay with the carts and the horses.
Okay, I'm going to say that Skelly is the one who is looking natural. So yeah, you can see on the map there, you're in the Court of Air.
Cool.
You've come through the main gatehouse, the gatehouse main entrance. There is the bath and steam house if you want to wash up at all. There is the smithy and stables. Then you've got the Temple of Ogma just below there. Then the granary. And then the House of Rest, which... The House of Rest is a 3-story bunk house that provides seekers, such as yourselves, with a place to rest and store their gear. The rustic accommodations include both private rooms and common rooms. In addition to comfortable lodgings, the House of Rest offers guests peace and quiet. Noisy patrons are directed to the hearth if they want to continue their revels. Now, despite its size, the House of Rest can accommodate up to 50 guests comfortably. If more space is needed, extra dimensional spaces are created using Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion spells. The doorways of which are located at the ends of the upstairs hallways. But then next door to that we have the Hearth, the modest tavern of sturdy construction with warm light emanating from a pair of small windows on either side of the front door. If you pop your heads in, you will see that it is 3 times more spacious on the inside. and it also has a blazing fire in the centre. Fisk says that this is the only fire larger than a candle that exists in Candlekeep. There's a big spell that snuffs out all flames bigger than a candle, apart from this one.
Out of interest, when that is explained, Dag will sort of perk his ears up. He doesn't have ears, but he's a lizard. But
His nose twitches.
Yeah, he'll become slightly interested, sort of more alive than you see him in a couple of days.
How does the forge work then?
I don't know. Possibly ensorcelled anvils?
Okay.
It is.
Check that out.
Is the effect a mythal? I've never seen one, but I've heard of them.
I believe it has been referred to as a mythal before, yes.
That's biggie
it.
magic.
But that's ancient magic. Can't do that anymore.
Oh, okay. When you were in the Smithian stables, you saw most of the stalls were designed for horses and ponies, but there were specialised stalls that offered secure lodging and care for hippogriffs, griffins, and wyverns. So you're able to purchase things from the Smithian stables or the erudite outfitters and clothiers. So anything available in the PHB, you can purchase from
wyvern?
any of those places. The wyverns are not for sale.
Yeah, I figure they might not be.
I'm actually reading this from the Candlekeep book itself rather than the very scant description that's in Avernus. Like
The new one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So all you get for the hearth is the pub has a low ceiling supported by massive wooden crossbeams and narrow shuttered windows. A large fire pit in the middle of the room is surrounded by a half-dozen tables and matching benches. Done. Full stop.
Jeez.
That said, when you poke your head in there, you do also see there is one patron that stands out amongst the rest. There is an ogre with a what looks like some kind of golden headdress, sat in the corner, reading a book titled "The Sum of Theology."
Yep, that's all right.
You see the occasional person walking past, giving a friendly touch on, well, the kind of touch you put on the shoulder, they put on the small of his back. And there's a murmured comment, and then a comment comes back, and then there's a laugh between both of them. And then that person carries on.
I'm interested in going to the library post haste. Although where will we meet our contact?
Fisk goes, "Oh, I'm going to take you right to her. Just getting you sorted up in some lodgings first. Giving you the tour of the Court of Air. Normally, you wouldn't be allowed beyond the Court of Air. You'd head to the Emerald Door, you'd put in a request, and then things would be brought to you. But because you're with me and we're doing a job for Silvera, we can get in that way. But I thought I'd give you the tour first.
Yes, there's a lot of empty here, if I'm honest. I suppose it is aptly named.
You are given lodgings in the House of Rest if you want to store things there.
Yeah, may as well.
Then there is the Bath and Steam House, House of the Binder. You can request a copy of any book or scroll from the library there, and the work of creating copies is performed by scribes in the House of the Binder. The copying.
Do they have anything?
The copying and binding of a typical book in Candlekeep's library generally costs 100 gold pieces or so. Double for a translated version. Large books can incur additional charges. Spell books can also be copied. And it costs 50 gold per level of spells contained within.
Is there a card catalogue of any kind? Can you request books of a type or on a subject?
I'm sure you could, yes.
Would they? I know they require books for an entry fee, but would they buy books from us as well? Sen has 3 spell books, but I don't think he hasn't had the time or the inclination to copy those spells out of that book, out of any of those books.
Sure, you could. You could possibly sell those on, yeah. If that's the point, is there a reason that Sen hasn't been scribing them beyond just time? I know that
Time and cost. The issue is Sen has different priorities than a normal wizard. He needs to outfit and gear his skeletons, whereas more normal wizard might be like, I need to more spells. More spells is good spells. But Sen is like, nope, skeletons, they need armor, they need weapons, they need gear. So if he could, he'd outfit them all with plate mail.
Okay, well, the final place of note is the Pillars of Pedagogy at the north end there, which is where most research takes place. They're flat-top towers of varying heights. Each tower contains private rooms, available by reservation only, and they feature permanent silence spells, allowing the occupants to read without disturbance.
That'd be insane. Being in that permanent quiet.
It says here, most seekers never pass through the emerald door into the library proper. However, Fisk takes you up to the emerald door and flashes a badge which allows you straight in. And he guides you straight into the Great Library itself. And as he already knows the way, he just heads to one of Candlekeep's spires. When you arrive there, it says to read the following. The walls of this circular tower chamber are punctuated by arched windows that are currently shuttered. Bookcases filled with eldritch volumes stand between the windows, while tables are crowded with specimen jars, alchemical equipment and other clutter. Engaged into the floor of the chamber is a large 9-pointed star. A middle-aged tiefling dressed in wizardly robes stands by one of the windows, caught in a fugue of intense contemplation. Perched on the corner of a table nearby is a spindly little demon with warty green skin, buggy eyes, thin black horns and a whip-like tail. I can't tell you how pleased I am to see you, says the tiefling. What have you brought me? You are face to face with Silvera Savakas, a lawful neutral tiefling archmage and one of Candlekeep's foremost sages, specialising in knowledge pertaining to the outer planes. And her quasi-familiar Jezebel.
So she was talking to us when she said the
What have you
episode
brought
B.
me? Yes.
Okay.
We have this. I produced the cube, but it did not go well when I tried to open it.
Oh, marvellous! And she will pluck it out of your hands without hesitation.
Okay. No, it did nearly kill me.
Well, I've made a few of these kind of things myself. I've even sold a few of them. So, Jezebel, fetch me vial H, please. And the Quasit fetches a flask of dark liquid, which Silvera pours a small amount onto the maze-like troughs carved into the box's surface. She then tips the box so that liquid starts flowing in certain directions through the maze-like patterns. And then while she's doing this, she's focusing on this, and then she starts talking. I've been suspicious of the High Overseer of Elturel for a long time, but no one wanted to hear my concerns because Thavius Krieg was widely regarded as the hero who saved his city from an undead scourge, giving rise to the holy nation of Eltergard. Hailed as
How
a
does Rhea take
saviour,
that?
Rhea is stony-faced.
Okay.
Hailed as a saviour, Thavius made all citizens of Elturel swear an oath called the Creed Resolute, which binds them to defend the nation of Eltergard. I met him years ago, and my instincts told me he was a charlatan. Afterward, I grew to suspect that he had cut a deal with one or more powerful devils, using the Creed Resolute to bind all Elturel to his dark deal. I wish to prove my theory, and I believe the evidence is located inside this puzzle box. As eventually, through various turnings, the box's horn inlay pops loose. And it breaks apart.
That seems rather annoying.
Inside the box is a stack of 9 chain-linked plates, each 3 inches on a side, cast of dark iron, and stamped with infernal runes. Can anyone read infernal?
Everyone but Delwyn.
75% of the party put their hands up.
Just
Mammy
seemed
told
useful.
me.
Yeah, it just seemed useful.
Not metagaming at all, guys.
Hey,
Well,
I rolled that Rakshasa randomly, dude.
Sen speaks both sides of the equation. It's always
No,
good to have that. In the case when somebody comes back and says, "Hey, you should be raised that," it's good to be able to talk to them.
yeah, it makes sense for all 3 of you that have it. Okay, so everyone except Delwyn can read the following, but Severa will also read it out loud. But you can check to see that she's keeping accurate to it. Be it known to all that I, Thavius Krieg, High Overseer of Elturel, have sworn to my master Zariel, Lord of Avernus, to keep the agreements contained in this oath. I hereby submit to Zariel in all matters and for all time. I will place her above all creatures living and dead. I will obey her all my days and beyond with fear and civility. I recognise the dispensation of the device called the Solar Insidiator, hereafter called the Companion. In my capacity as High Overseer of Elturel and its vassal territories, I acknowledge that all lands falling under the light of the Companion are forfeit to Zariel. All persons bound by oath to defend Elturel are also considered forfeit. I further recognise that this dispensation will last 50 years, after which the Companion will return whence it came, taking Elturel and its oath-bound defenders with it, if that is Zariel's wish. All this is my everlasting pledge. Rhea collapses on the floor,
I'm sorry.
weeping.
It is.
Can I try and comfort her?
Wait. But that means that Elturel is not gone. But this is actually worse.
Yes.
Well,
If
it's not
Zariel...
about her,
Sorry, go ahead.
but they are not dead. Yeah,
No,
just misplaced slightly.
maybe we could get them back.
Yes.
Get
Hope.
Elturel back.
You told of a portal to where Zariel rode once with the Hell Riders.
I don't have the power. Well, we won't be able to do that in Candlekeep. However, I do have a friend, a wizard named Traxigor, who owes me a favour.
Is that Silvera or Rhea
Yes,
speaking that?
Silvera is saying that.
Okay.
And as thanks for bringing me this, I will happily cash in those favours to get him to send you there if that is your wish. Just be aware that it seems like Zariel may have claim on your soul, madam. If Zariel wants my soul, Rhea stands up. She's welcome to try and take it.
There's another.
Another, you say?
I'll pull a shield off my back.
She looks at the lead-lined
It's canvas wrapped in. It's a wooden bordered canvas. Wick encircling the lead.
Wrapped it up. It's clever.
Problematic thing.
I don't know what it is, but there's something in there that an intelligence of some kind.
Can we pop it open and have a look?
Yes.
I'll get my tin snips and just around the rivets.
Okay, and they come off quite easily.
Yeah. Is it a little bit molten and gooey
A
inside?
little bit gooey inside. So much so that you just prise it. You could prise it up without making any checks.
Like opening a
whatsoever.
panini.
Yes. You open the lead panini containing the shield of the Hidden Lord.
Band name.
Oh my. Oh my.
I have not identified this particular thing myself because we were worried what would happen if we had it exposed. And if I'm honest, touching it made me a bit nervous.
It has powers.
I should say it does. This shield is a symbol of good's triumph over evil. Gazing at such beauty, one can easily overlook the terrible force bound within it. Gargorth is, I believe, its name, though it calls itself the Hidden Lord. It was a pit fiend sent by Asmodeus to corrupt mortals on the material plane, and there it amassed such a following as to rival that of gods.
What's yours passive insights?
Sen has a passive insight of 13.
17.
No, 10.
Probably only Delwyn. There's something in that last sentence just made Dag like stiffen up and go into sort of a slight combat stance almost.
We pried it off of a Kenku who had riveted to his arm.
Ooh.
Yes. So I think if you say this thing inside of it is a pit fiend, I imagine it's a bit controlling.
In a way, Gargorth became a sort of demigod with all of those worshippers. Having worshippers increase its power exponentially.
What can you
How
do
the
with
mighty have fallen.
It's in a
This shield has the power to corrupt everything around it. The Hoon family, you get the feeling that she might have cast a spell very subtly.
Legend lore?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which does.
If only I had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hoon family of Baldur's Gate has kept it for years now. Doubtless they'll want it back, but this shield should not be taken to any place where thousands of mortals reside. It needs to be locked away in an extra-dimensional space, away from corruptible souls.
Can you do something with it?
Yes, if you leave it with me, I can do exactly that. I can lock it away in an extra-dimensional space.
Keep it safe, yes?
No! Take me to the 9 hells, and I'll swear to serve you faithfully as both a guide and an advisor.
It's my very great pleasure to say, fuck you.
Hold on.
What if
Are
the
you
ant-
bound by the laws of Asmodeus, and any deal you make and struck is bound by the laws of Mechanicus? Unless
Yes.
your word is bond. He cannot
Yes.
lie. He would serve us. Well, he would serve one of my skeletons, let's be honest. I'm not putting a shield on any of us. That's dangerous in of itself.
I
You
don't
also
want
promised-
that help.
He would be powerful. He knows the hells.
What if the angelic half of the shield?
This is prison.
Yeah, the shield, I believe the shield was actually fully angelic at its creation, and his presence within has corrupted it to this extent.
Will he escape?
I doubt it. Something of this magnitude. It requires very specific mechanisms to free the being within. I don't know exactly what they are, but
We asked the being within.
Can he... I assume his powers are limited to influencing those who wield him.
give me a second. And then Silvera will bring out a pearl and will actually cast Identify on the shield.
Hey,
And so with that, I will actually allow you guys to look at the full text of the Shield of the Hidden Lord, I think.
Ooh.
gonna just quickly skim it for. Okay, so the Shield of the Hidden Lord is of celestial origin and serves as a prison for the pit fiend Gargorth, whose mortal followers revere it as a god. Over time, Gargorth's evil has warped the shield's appearance so that celestial motif and designs have become twisted into a fiendish face that subtly moves in disturbing ways. While holding this shield, you gain a +2 bonus to AC and resistance to fire damage. The shield is sentient as long as it imprisons Gargorth. While sentient, the shield has the following properties: intelligence of 22, wisdom of 18, charisma of 24, as well as hearing and true sight out to a range of 120 feet.
Oof.
The shield can speak, read, and understand common and infernal, and can communicate telepathically with any creature it can see within 120 feet of it. Its voice is a deep, hollow whisper. The shield has 3 charges. You can use an action to expend 1 charge to cast Fireball, or 2 charges to cast Wall of Fire from the shield. Save DC 21 for each. The Wall of Fire spell lasts for 1 minute, no concentration required. The shield regains all expended charges daily at dawn. Any time during your turn, the shield can choose to radiate an aura of dread for 1 minute. This is not a power of the shield that you control. Any creature hostile to you that starts its turn within 20 feet of the shield must make a DC 18 Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is frightened until the start of its next turn, Zados. On a successful save, the creature is immune to this power of the shield for the next 24 hours. Once the shield uses this power, it can't use it again until the next dawn. And then the rest of it is talking about Gargorth's personality and how to free him, but I'm not going to tell you that.
Yeah, that's the old catch there, because there are a lot of pluses.
Very strong shield.
We don't want to take him to hell.
This shield can corrupt people. This shield can destroy cities. This shield has been sought by others. This shield brings trouble.
Why
It's
not
not
take
something
it?
we should
And
keep.
in hell, it will be sought even faster and harder.
And why not take it to hell and throw it into the river Styx?
Because something else will find it there.
Something else will find it here.
Can't we just move it into a different dimension? Like, isn't there a place where paladins and angels go? Surely they can look after it.
I would create a vault to keep it in, an extra dimensional vault.
Well, if that is what we have decided, I will go along with the group.
Whilst you decide, let me just get something out for you. Now, it's in here somewhere. She starts rooting around through drawers until eventually she comes out with a... she comes out with some folded parchment. And she unfolds it and goes, now, this map might not be entirely reliable. Its creator went mad making it. But if you're going to Avernus, then this might come in handy.
I suppose if we have a map, then we don't really much need a guide. Then the main use of him.
Is it dangerous to look at?
What,
I
the
hope
map?
not, because I'm looking at it.
No, the map is...
Looks like the works of a madman.
I have
Odd
not
things.
gone crazy looking at the map yet.
That's good. Bonus. Well, in that case, then yes, do what you want with the shield.
Keep it
Who's
safe.
that corner? Is that Zariel?
Maybe.
Maybe it's supposed to be. It's definitely not her devil form.
No, it's just sort of an image of possibility.
Well, seems like we're going to hell then.
I never saw
Say-
it coming.
To save a city.
I mean, apologies if I'm not catching on quick enough. Why do we have to go to hell to retrieve the city? I mean,
To retrieve the people. Nothing else.
If my understanding is that the city was teleported to Avernus.
yes, can we not
That
teleport it
contract.
back?
How do we break it?
I'm unsure. I mean, it seems like the contract might have already been fulfilled.
Yes. So but it's not bound by a contract. The contract was that it got teleported there. So now can't we just teleport it back?
I forget.
Imagine Sen and this woman looking. No.
No. I mean,
That is-
okay, theoretically, yes, but also no.
That's big magic.
That is beyond any spellcaster that I'm aware of.
Definitely beyond me.
I mean,
But-
as I say, Zariel's got plenty of enemies. Can't we ask an enemy of Zariel?
Most of the enemies of Zariel would be things like other devils and demons.
Oh,
Angels.
I mean,
But they don't tend to interfere. There's
no.
precedent.
Or the deal that they'd make would be equally as bad, just in a different way.
Indeed. They could
angels.
sacrifice Baldur's Gate to get Elturel back, for instance.
Okay, well, so we can't teleport the city. Can we not teleport the people?
That is more doable.
Does the contract say Krieg is bound in eternity or the people are? It is just said that they are forfeit. That does not seem to me like she has taken them. It means she is free to take them. She has taken them. We take them back.
Yes.
Yeah,
Or
but
we get
we're
Zariel.
basically stealing from a devil.
Yes. Zariel was once an angel herself. It might be possible to flip her, to return her to what she once was. Redemption is possible. If that could be accomplished, then there's no telling what would occur at that point. The original contract was with Zariel. It's possible that Elturel would pop back into where it's supposed to be.
Does the contract state that it was with Zariel?
So-
I know it names her as the he will be subject to Zariel's whims or whatever.
I acknowledge that all lands falling under the light of the companion are forfeit to Zariel.
Yeah.
All persons bound by oath to defend Elturel are also considered forfeit.
That's not quite the question I'm asking there, because another devil could. Is there like a big loopy Zariel signature at the bottom? Surely she would have had to have signed it.
Let's say that there is Zariel's infernal seal.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. At least we know who we're looking for now.
Okay.
If Rhea just says if we can get there, then maybe we can bring it back. I have to go there and save as many people as I can.
It is better than doing nothing.
I'm not against that in principle. I think but how? I'd rather figure out how we're going to do that before we enter Avernus.
We need to strategize.
Yeah, because I don't want to get all the way there and then find that we can't get them out or we can't get ourselves out. Because all that we're doing then is we're delivering the last part of the contract to Zariel.
Are there other
And
ways?
I'm looking at Rhea when I say that.
Are there other ways? Anyway, I'll see if Sen knows this. Sen would have studied things like that. 23. 21. Would Sen know? Really? There is a river that flows through Avernus. River Styx. It flows through most of the plains. It's possible if we could get them all together and get them on a boat large enough, we could sail them out. It would be exceedingly dangerous.
If we're teleporting in, surely the teleporter, if it's a gate, was it a gateway that the original Hell Riders used?
Yes, it's
Yeah,
the whole.
there was
Gateway.
a large gateway that was able to get our entire mounted troops and Zariel herself.
Move an army.
Could find
And-
that.
And did they come back afterwards, or did they never?
They came back and sealed it after them.
Yeah.
It was the rift where all of the demons were pouring out of.
So to open the rift again, we could bring the Eltorians back, but we would open a rift to hell.
Yeah.
How
And the
quickly would it take demons and devils to work that out?
Imagine if we stole all their new toys straight away.
Yes. But the devils and the devils have other issues that they have to deal with on Inverness. There is the Blood War.
Yes.
So there are.
How easy is it to open and seal that gate?
If it is just blocked by rocks, relatively simply, provided I know where it is. If it is blocked by magic, that is more complex.
Silvera, does your library have books on this subject?
Nothing of any substance, I'm afraid.
What
This ride of the Hell Riders happened such a long time ago that it's half legend now.
Does it
Then we need to find the other half.
cover any sort of time frame?
Off the top of my head, no.
The reason I'm asking is because what I'm suggesting would be exceedingly dangerous for us, but would protect the world that we're leaving behind. And it would involve us unsealing the gate, someone sealing it behind us, and then reopening it a certain amount of time afterwards. I mean,
Okay, you guys, you don't even know exactly where that initial gate was. I mean, Silvera does say, so there is a wizard that names Traxigor that lives in a tower 20 miles from here. I've loaned him a spellbook or two, so he owes me a favour. I can have you delivered safely to his tower, and he can use a plane shift spell to take you straight to Elturel. Even more importantly, Traxigor is looking after an old friend of mine, someone with a history of battling devils in the Nine Hells. I think you'll enjoy her company very much. Her name is Lulu.
Lulu. It's an unusual name for a...
What kind of person is she?
You'll see. And Silvera has a smug look on her face.
It seems that...
My concern is not getting there, it's getting back out again.
What manner of magic would transport us to this place?
There's a spell that I can cast it myself, but I can't cast it in Candlekeep. It's a plane shift spell.
Could we cast it on the other side?
The plane shift, it could be done. However, the plane shift spell is limited to the caster and 8 other willing creatures.
Okay.
Oh, but we wouldn't be able to get anyone out of Elturel. We'd need another way. I mean, the boat idea...
I will be honest. I know the River Styx travels through the plains. I do not know the path it takes. So I do not know how bad that journey will be. We could wander, for instance, wander through hell into the plains of fire, water, earth, air, and who knows where else.
Or just go from the first level of hell to the second.
Indeed. I know it travels through all of the plains, though, so it is possible. It would be a dangerous journey, but one we could make.
You can see Rhea tapping her foot.
I know.
Speak, Rhea.
Now that I know that Elturel is there, and wasn't just destroyed, but was transported, was pulled down into hell, and that means that the people there are still alive, besieged by goodness knows what. I need to go there as soon as possible.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Rhea, but...
And all this talking, we don't know what it's like down there.
No.
We need to find out. We need information before we go.
Did you have any books on the hells themselves? Perhaps we could read before we go. Rhea, would you allow us a day?
Fine.
Or two?
Fine. You can have a day.
Thank you.
Objective should be to get in and then to be able to get back out with the people. It's pointless trying to save them if we have no way to save them.
You can't just go guns blazing into the middle of the blood war. That has not worked for any army in the history of creation. You need to be smart about this.
We are not an army riding into hell. We're an extraction team.
Yeah.
Is Trevor with us?
He actually sloped off after getting through the Emerald Gate.
That's fair.
Got any aid you can offer us?
I can help you find some books.
Good.
Although I'm not sure how much use there'll be. So, out of character, there are numerous ways that you can save Elturel, but you won't find any of them out until you're actually in Avernus.
Yeah.
Although I think Sen being like
Well, I say that.
redeeming Zariel is on that list. It must be.
So there are ways in the book that you can save Elturel. They are by no means exhaustive. You could come up with something that they haven't thought of. But you're not going to find anything that goes, yes, you can get an entire city out of hell using this very easy method. Or if you do find that, then be concerned.
There's going to be a price. Yeah. If there's a lever you can pull to fix everything, then the price for that lever costs as much as the thing you're saving.
Yeah. We could sacrifice, like Sen mentioned, we could sacrifice Baldur's Gate, and that would get us Elturel. Which some people would be like, yeah, that's a fair trade.
We get Colin out and then fuck the rest of them, yeah. It's a good boy.
No one has ever tricked Asmodeus and gotten away with it. So I mean, it's not a good idea.
We spend a day.
Okay. I'm just looking at the Avernus entry in the DMG. Give me a Arcana roll if you want me to read it out.
Bang.
I'll read it out.
23.
18. Nice, guys.
Send the smarts.
Okay, so no planar portals connect directly to the lower layers of the Nine Hells by Asmodeus' orders. As such, the first layer of Avernus is the arrival point for visitors to the plane. Avernus is a rocky wasteland with rivers of blood and clouds of biting flies. Fiery comets occasionally fall from the darkened sky and leave fuming impact craters behind. Empty battlefields are littered with weapons and bones, showing where the legions of the Nine Hells met enemies on their native soil and prevailed. The Archduchess Zariel rules Avernus, supplanting her rival Bel, who has fallen out of Asmodeus' favour and is forced to serve as Zariel's advisor. Tiamat, the Queen of Evil Dragons, is a prisoner on this layer, ruling her own domain but confined to the Nine Hells by Asmodeus in accordance with some ancient contract, the terms of which are known only to Tiamat and the Lords of the Nine. Zariel's seat of power is a soaring basalt citadel festooned with the partially incinerated corpses of guests who failed to earn the Archduchess's favour. Zariel appears as an angel whose once beautiful skin and wings have been ruined by fire. Her eyes burn with a furious white light that can cause creatures looking upon her to burst into flame. That is the entire entry on Avernus. That is what you get for a very nice Arcana roll.
Except for Delwyn, who gets an entry that says Avernus is bad.
Don't go there. You'll die.
Hell, don't go there.
I didn't see the Nat 1. Okay, Delwyn, you find the pop-up picture book of hell.
A is for Avernus. B is
for Baphomet.
Yeah.
That would be a demon, not a devil.
That is true.
How much to get a copy of that from the House of Binder?
The pop-up.
You want the pop-up book of
The little extra, you got other little tabs that do a little. Yeah, you put a little tab and a devil just castigates some sinners.
Oh dear.
Give me a second. Further down. Okay. Say 100 gold.
It's a pop-up book. It is a pop-up book, to be fair.
Oh, also the map you're given is the same map that comes in this.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
It's also the same map that is in the back of the Avernus book,
Yeah.
but don't look at it yet. Because the other side of the one in the Avernus book contains another map.
Of course it does.
Of hell too, the worse hell.
That's just Diz.
Yeah, the other side of the one in there is like a bunch of demons.
Which I'm happy for you to have a look at the other side of that, and also look at the map in that, because you don't have a copy of that in game. So anyone who does have the cursed dice that come in this can,
Hey,
as
nice.
nicely modeled by Brad there, can look at that.
Handsome.
Nice. It's a nice map. The dice were nice as well, actually. To be fair.
Yeah, although they are cursed.
They are. So,
Roll so badly.
yeah, they do. While we're searching through books for on Avernus, I assume we don't find much if that's all we get.
That's all you get, I'm afraid. You get a lot of books that say the same is
there any time for Sen to look for books on lost necromancy spells or something like of that nature?
Sure.
Cool.
Give me
Arcana roll
an
again?
investigation check for this one.
Fuck. 14. Maybe he's tired after his long, exhaustive search.
Yeah. So you were looking for lost necromancy spells. Were you thinking of anything in particular?
Like, he's looking for things that will make his existing skeleton stronger without doing things like turning them into walking bombs. He doesn't want that. He no.
Couldn't have done that with the skeletons anyway.
No. It's
That
the
requires
zombies.
zombies.
Bless your bits.
It requires an airtight container.
A skull is an airtight container, mostly, if you make it one.
With enough corks, he can
Your
make.
skeletons whistle when they run. It's not airtight.
With enough corks, he could make them airtight.
If I got an Aarakocra, the bones are airtight. That comes up, weirdly enough, in the Tomb of Annihilation. That particular fact about Aarakocra and bones. It's weird.
Okay.
That is canon lore. Aarakocra bones are hollow. As all birds are, mostly.
Yeah.
Anyways. So with 14, I probably don't find anything.
No, I'm afraid not.
That's fine. It's fine. Do we find Trevor eventually?
You do find Trevor. He is somewhere out of the way, just listening to the chant.
Sen wants to sneak up behind him and go, "You should go talk to her."
I can't interrupt her while she's doing the chant. She's hard at work, and it's important to respect boundaries.
That's true, but do not leave it too long, or you will never get the chance again.
Well, I'm waiting for her. They have shifts and things.
Don't be creepy though.
I'm not being creepy. I don't want to interrupt her while she's.
It's fine. Just don't
chanting.
be creepy. That's a later thing. Don't be creepy and don't talk like that, because that freaks them out. The sighing, don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do the sighing. If she says no, respect the boundary.
Of
leave.
course.
Good.
I like her too much to do disservice to her otherwise.
Good. And fix your life. Don't rob people.
It was a moment of madness. I'm very sorry.
You're lucky in some ways. Others would have. Well, most of my party would have probably killed you. If I'm honest. But you did moderately okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
We're going to hell, so we probably won't see you again. Goodbye.
Good luck.
And then Sen leaves. And
Mic
Sen
drop.
leaves.
That is the thing that gets him just shocks him out of wait what?
And Sen leaves. He's gone. By the time he's figured out he should probably question this, he leaves.
Oh yeah, have fun. Wait, what? So he's busy listening to the chant, which is the constant recitation of the prophecies of Alaundo the Seer.
Is there anything in that sounds familiar? Like anything, because El Terrell falling into hell, that's something a seer might have seen.
When the box is opened in the house of Alaundo, the path forward shall be revealed.
Yeah, you cut him off when he tried to tell you that it was Alaundo's chant, and yeah, it was Alaundo's house. You cut him off.
Yeah, I know.
So there might be stuff in there about El Terrell being pulled into hell. Thing is, it's in a dead language.
Oh,
But no one knows how to speak it.
People do know how to translate it, but it requires like a week to do a passage,
right. It's
and
complex,
there are
yeah.
lots of context clues and vagaries in the translation process. So maybe this passage might refer to El Terrell being pulled down to hell, but it also might refer to how Silvera is going to have a bad cheese sandwich the day after tomorrow.
So Sen comes back up. Oh, by the way, sorry to interrupt you in the singing and everything, but what prophecies are they speaking about?
I don't know.
Oh,
I can't understand it, but it's just so beautiful.
so perhaps I should ask the singer then. Does she know?
She might.
Oh, I will go with you when you speak to her then.
Okay. And
Sen will just stand there weirdly next to him, who he towers over.
You're making him seem
Less creepy.
Less creepy himself, but between you, the creepiness level has increased, so he seems more creepy on average.
Oh, yeah. So he waits until they stop singing.
Eventually, there is a change of the chanter.
Yeah.
And
then, yeah, once that's happened, then we'll, without fear, go right up to her.
Yeah, it's a middle-aged shield dwarf. So this kid is what did I say? He was
17.
17.
So she's hundred-ish.
Yeah, probably 150.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
Actually,
Hello.
no. You know what? We'll say she's 170 because I like the the complete factor of 10.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
Hello.
reasonable.
Oh, Millil's blessings be upon you, children.
Thank you. May I ask you a question?
Of course.
In addition to that one. Sorry. The song you were singing is supposed to be prophecies.
Indeed.
Do you know what they say?
Some of them, I have gleaned some of the intentions out of them. They are difficult and open to interpretation, but yes.
As most prophecies are, yeah.
Like one of them talked of the rising of the Queen of Evil Dragons. Some decade ago, but we didn't figure that out until after the event.
Yes. Sometimes that's the way of prophecy.
Yeah, it did also say that it was rather uncharitable about the people who stopped her.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes heroes aren't always the most nicely
Stable?
regarded. You don't get to choose your heroes sometimes.
No, although in this case it seemed oddly personal about a certain tiefling.
10 out of 10, Ryan. 10 out of 10.
That's the only reason that particular passage sticks in my head.
Oh, that seems rather racist, if I'm honest. I have enough trouble.
I don't think he was specific. He was against all tieflings. I think that particular tiefling. And it doesn't make sense with how far back this was, but
Somebody made an enemy. Anyways, besides from the Tiamat one, what else have you learned?
Well, there was something that could have been referring to that giant trouble a few years ago.
Do you know? Ooh,
Let's see.
that
There
is
was
interesting.
there was something that might have referred to the recent troubles in Elturel being wiped off the face of Toriel.
That one. What about that one?
That one.
I'm particularly curious because I'm not from Elturel, but I liked it while it was here.
Well, it said that the only chance of the souls within were to. It doesn't translate exactly, and the rhyme is just gone in the translation. But the only hope for the souls within was to find them and take them back. Then there was something about riding on a wave. But at the same time, it could also be referring to that trouble with that party that came out of the abyss about the same time as the giant uprising.
Interesting. Thank you. This is my friend Trevor. He's a good boy.
Meep.
Thank you for your time and your efforts. And Trevor normally talks a bit more than this.
Sorry. Hi.
Sen looks, I'm trying. You need to help. This doesn't work if you don't speak.
Sell your brand, my dude.
Hello, Benadora. Sister Stoneforge. Benadora is fine, child. It's a joy to hear your chant. Why, thank you. Are you interested in the chant itself, or the contents within?
He's very interested in the chant itself.
Ah.
He might like even to learn to sing it himself alongside you, perhaps. I have to go,
Really?
Trevor. Good luck. And I leave.
and she just grabs him by the hand, at which point he kind of like stiffens up, and then she goes, "Come with me." Tucks his. Well, she considers tucking his. He's not actually that tall, so yeah, she does tuck his arm into hers and leads him away somewhere.
Good for Trevor.
Good for Trevor. He had the weirdest, best wingman.
He was the real protagonist all along.
The protagonists were the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
Literally, in this case.
The guys we didn't stab in the neck along the way.
Yeah. I wish I had calm emotions, because then I could have fixed that problem. All I do is cause fear. That's all I've got. Ways causing fear.
He caused fear on her, so it's a level playing field.
Oh,
Are
Right.
we each going to have time to research books while we're in the while Sen, for example, was looking at the necromancy the other day?
If you've got another book you want to research, then let me know.
Cool.
Plants of the Feywild.
Plants of the Feywild. Okay. I'll need to have a think on that and get back to you during the week.
Yep.
Was Zados looking for anything? You can also go shopping at the shops here as well if you'd prefer to do that instead.
Not that I can think of offhand. Can I have a think about it and get back to you tomorrow?
Sure thing.
Given the
time, yeah.
Yes. I've been trying to wrap this up, but you guys wouldn't take the bait. I mean, what bait?
I've got to sort my Trevor boy out first. Priorities.
Dagamir. You can get back to me if you want, or
I do know what I'm going to do. He's going to wander past the forge just to see what kind of deal is going on there.
Yeah.
What is the?
They've got. I'm going to say they've got a They've got a great big magical rune stone which heats up the forge for them.
There is a magical item in if you look, I put it D&D Beyond. I don't know if I did. There is a magical item that does this. It's called, what the hell is that thing called? It's like a mithril forge or something like that. Anyways, yeah, there's a magical item that does that.
Fair.
Is it a homebrew thing or is it a?
It is a homebrew thing, but I think I put it in. I thought I put it in D&D Beyond. Maybe I didn't. Hold on.
Is it the Anvil of Kings?
That's it.
Fair enough.
That's it.
Okay. He will. So we have rooms up in the hearth. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. He's gonna.
Well, actually, not the hearth, but next to it.
The House of Rest. Yeah. Okay. He's gonna go and dump some of his stuff in the House of Rest. He's gonna consider looking for some books, but he's probably just gonna go to the bathhouse. What's the deal at the bathhouse? Is it a you get a towel, leave your gear at the entrance?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you allowed to take weapons inside?
Nope.
We'll talk in the week. I'm done.
Okay. So the day passes. We'll talk about things that happen beyond that. There's a bit more to go, but so once everything is all done, you meet up with Silvera, and she ushers you to a crescent-shaped landing platform with a stunning view of the sea. Waiting for you atop this platform are several griffins with saddles, their handlers standing nearby to help you. The griffins have instructions to fly you to Traxigor's tower, says Silvera. Don't worry, it's very safe.
I thought we'd be teleporting.
You cannot teleport in or around Candlekeep. This is why we can't cast the plane spell here either.
I figured that, but I was kind of hoping you just walk out of Candlekeep a bit and then teleport. That's fine. Fine.
Still, it shouldn't be too long.
Oh, we're leaving a boy named Trevor here. See that he doesn't get into too much trouble.
The guards will eject him if he becomes a problem.
Good.
We'll need to be leaving our horses.
Yeah.
I will make sure they're cared for you.
Thank you.
So presumably you've asked for extra amounts for your skeletons as well.
Yes, or because I wanted to talk to you about selling the spell books, and if Candlekeep had a bag of holding or a portable hole. One of those two things.
Okay, we'll talk. I will just hand wave the whole skeletons traveling. I'll assume that you'll have the skeletons with you somehow.
Yeah, one way or the other.
Okay, so the griffins take flight and head out to sea, flying just below the clouds. Candlekeep looks no less majestic from the air, but grows smaller as the griffins soar westward. Large rocky islands pass below you, and beyond them lies the open sea. After a journey, you see a windowless, doorless stone tower which somehow floats in the sky ahead. The griffins pass through jagged holes riddling the tower's conical peak to land on the top floor below, which has a spiral staircase leading down. You dismount and descend the stairs into the tower. The griffins will take a short rest before flying back to Candlekeep. And one level down, you see a cluttered chamber illuminated by various objects upon which continual flame spells have been cast.
Mm-hmm.
Scurrying around the room is an otter dressed in a tiny red cassock.
I've been listening now.
The otter is mumbling to itself in common, mentioning something about a tuning fork.
Hello?
So, oh! Lulu, wake up! Our guests have arrived! At the sound of her name, a small elephant with golden fur appears from under a pile of blankets near a table strewn with alchemical equipment. The elephant takes to the air on feathery wings and lets out a pleasing trumpet sound.
Then just goes, no.
The last minute has been a lot.
There's a lot here. I need a moment.
Take your time. Take your time. Pleasure to meet you. My name's Traxigor.
Are you nominally?
Not an otter.
No,
Thank you.
this is full time now. I was originally a wizened old man. But
And you wanted to be more hydrodynamic?
essentially, yes.
Fucking wizards.
This is just showing off, by the way. It's rude. Maybe that's what we call it, given time.
Yep. Yep. Traxigor the Otter Wizard.
And
I mean,
Lulu.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh, God.
In a bright red cassock, a winged elephant,
Winged golden elephant.
a winged gold elephant.
I knew
Not
she
full
was coming.
size.
I knew she was coming, and I was just like, because I remember seeing the plush for her, and I was like, what the fuck is that thing?
There is that is a lot to process. That there is a cuddly golden winged elephant. All right.
This one. This is what this thing looks like.
Oh, you're finding it yourself, are you?
Yeah, it took me a while to figure out which one's the right one. This is the cuddly.
Oh my god.
My goodness, that's quite cheap. And I have a niece.
That's what she's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
adorable.
yeah.
So yes, that's where we're calling the session.
Mm.
I've had a thought, but it's not a thought I'm going to share yet.
Ah.
I hope everyone had fun, and yes,
Definitely.
we're at the point now. As soon as Traxigor casts that plane shift spell,
Yeah.
we're going to need Foundry.
Yeah.
Ooh. Cool.